My school had a weird problem with some funny t-shirts. My name is Isaac Smith. I am a student at Ohio University, and I was actually born and raised in Athens, Ohio. So the incident that happened in August of 2013, I think, is a pretty interesting one. Students Defending Students is an organization on the campus of Ohio University that is student-run and that assists students who are accused of violating Ohio University's student code of conduct. Normally we had a lot of involvement, and then we went through a rough year and a half where we wound up having a lot of people graduate. We did not wind up bringing in a lot of new members, and enrollment in the organization was at a slump, and the number of cases that we were handling as a result of our lack of membership was also at a slump. This also happened to coincide with Student Senate, of which we are a part, and of which I would argue, and I think many people on Student Senate would argue, we're the most active part of student government. And they were doing a heritage project. So they were looking back at all of the publications, all of the news articles, all of the notes, anything that had surrounded the entire history of Ohio University's student government. And in doing so, they actually found some stuff about the founding of Students Defending Students. We were founded back in 1976, and when that happened, we had a really great cheeky slogan that said, "We get you off for free." So we had a yearly tradition of getting t-shirts. The year before, we'd gotten t-shirts with a horrible Ghostbusters reference that said, "Who are you gonna call?" And this year, because of the fact that we'd found these t-shirts with this great slogan, we decided to do a throwback, as the rest of Senate was getting throwback shirts as well, to a slogan that said, "We get you off for free." We wanted people to pay attention to us, and we figured that the best way to do that was with comedy. So we wore our shirts that said, "We get you off for free" to the student involvement variant. I actually took a picture of the back of one of our members of Students Defending Students wearing that shirt, handing out information to passing freshmen about the organization. And I sent that picture out in a tweet from the official Students Defending Students Twitter account. And I was approached after the tweet was sent and after the event was over, as things were drawing to a close, by Jenny Hull-Jones, the Dean of Students, who told me she didn't want to see me wearing that shirt again, and expressed to me the shock and disgust and lots of other horrible words and emotions that the Community Standards Office director had felt when she saw this tweet and when she saw this photograph. They did not take the comedy well. I was told that our t-shirts were objectifying to women and promoting prostitution, which is kind of absurd. I don't know how a non-gendered statement like "we get you off for free" is objectifying to women, and I don't know how something that is free is promoting prostitution, because it's always been my understanding that there's a monetary exchange going on there, and that that's kind of what makes it a crime rather than your average night on a college campus. We stopped wearing them because we were afraid, knowing the way that the community standards process works, being very familiar with the code, that we could face some pretty severe disciplinary action. I was talking about this with my friend Molly Nochek, who works at Fire, and saying, this is kind of bull. You know, this is something that's not appropriate. This is not acceptable. And she actually got me in touch with some of the other folks at Fire, and it was really great to hear a lot of people reaffirming the fact that this is an unacceptable thing for the university to do. Fire got me in touch with Bob Korn-Revere, an attorney at the law firm Davis Wright Tremaine, and we moved forward with litigation against Ohio University. My big hope in the outcome of this case is that Ohio University will change its student code of conduct and allow protected speech on campus, and to make that very clear that they actually are going to do that. And my hope coming out of that is that we become a much friendlier climate on campus for free speech and for ensuring that people are allowed to express contrary opinions, because that's what college is for. I would absolutely encourage students at other schools to take action if they feel that there is a problem with their speech code, if they feel that it's unconstitutional, and 59% of them, according to Fire's rankings, are in a red light, being a big problem with the United States Constitution. Absolutely stand up and take action, because it's unacceptable for a school to do that.